about 3 a.m. We're on our way to Rose Bowl right now. It's February Bowl, so this is supposed to be the busiest, most bustling Rose Bowl of all the Rose Bowls all year. So I'm hoping to link up with some people, raid some stashes, and find out why it's the biggest one of the year. Hopefully we could get some people to help us out with that. Also, we're actually running kind of late because although Bowl, I believe, officially opens up for sellers to set up at 5 a.m., I've been hearing that some sellers have gathered in the parking lot at around 3 a.m. to start rolling out racks, and you could actually buy stuff on the parking lot at 3 a.m. So I'm excited to see what that looks like.
We came up. This is a good time. I'm not gonna lie. This is a lightweight.
I love how when you get heaters, you're not modest about it all. You're like, we got some heaters. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chris of 1980 Something Co. and we are live at Rose Bowl. It's a pretty crazy scene out here. It's about 4 a.m., but everybody been out here since like 3 a.m., right?
Yeah, I got here at 2:30.
I'm trying not to really bother anybody because everybody's going super hard on the shopping, but Nick said he's done, so we're gonna raid his stash over here.
Check it out. Yeah. All right. So you guys want to see some cool stuff? I guess this one I just found out about. Seinfeld on DVD. Hannah found that. Definitely a piece.
That's dope. On DVD. Oh, so that's probably like when the series was ended and they just threw it on DVD.
Definitely a later tag. So yeah, you're definitely correct on that.
Still dope though. Just that logo, anytime you see it, it just kind of stands out. Classic show.
Pops with the yellow in the background too.
So you guys tag team the bowl pretty much, like split up.
We split up.
Yeah, we just split up. We did.
She was out of the freaking car so fast.
All right, so show me something that you got that she hasn't seen yet.
Oh shit.
Here's
I've been
something.
watching, but I don't know.
No, here's something she hasn't seen. This is a sick piece.
Oh yeah, these are hard. That shit goes hard.
Shit.
The big Sam I Am piece.
Huge Sam I Am. What year is that?
97. Yeah.
Yeah, 97. Single dingle. Souswear.
Souswear. All right. Now, Hannah, what do you have that Nick hasn't seen yet?
Shit.
Oh.
There's some shit. Well, he just found out about that. This piece.
We do some check-ins sometimes for.
This is a nice little chill piece, but I love these like funny bootleg tees.
These are funny. I love these. It's all the same artwork too.
Yeah, it's random. I don't know if the same person made them or not, but I've seen a couple of these on Stanley tags, and some of them are just bootlegs, so I'm not really sure, but there's some cool, funny pieces. For about a couple years, we curate around 600 to 1,000 pieces, our favorite pieces throughout the whole year that we found and we just really appreciate. This year we're doing a little movie tee collection, a couple other collections in there.
I love movie tees, so I'm hyped for that.
Yeah, so the movie tee is gonna be crazy, and then we always save some wild hip hop tees and stuff like that.
3 a.m. Rose Bowl.
3 a.m. Fuck, it's cold. I see my set now.
All right, what's up, guys? Your boy Chris here of 1980 Something Co. again, and I'm here with
OJ.
What's the Instagram?
Rags to Riches Vintage. It's R2RVC right there.
That's a cool sign.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
So we stopped here because a lot of the vendors are still setting up, and so I don't really want to, bother anybody and let them do their thing. But you're set up, so what's the secret to the success? How'd you do it so fast?
Homies, bro. Just had some homies wanting to get in. Of course, I'm like, hey, you want to get in? You got to help me set up. You know what I mean?
It looks like they're all gone now. They're probably all shopping around and stuff. For sure. All right, so I'm here at Space. What space is this?
3838.
We're at Space 3838, and these guys are setting up, and they're super busy, but I just had a few questions for them to see if I could get them to help me out. So what's your guys' name?
Chris Abraham.
Oh, okay, cool. And what's the Instagram?
Mintage.ca.
Okay, cool. So I'm here with Mintage right now. And so what time did you guys get here today?
3:40 in the morning.
Okay, 3:40 in the morning. All right, cool. Damn, that's crazy. That's super early.
Woke up at 2 a.m. Got here at 3:30. Setting up at 4 all day.
So I heard people set up at 3 a.m. Is that a new development? Because when I first started coming in, it was 5 a.m.
Well, people set up in the parking lot, and you can get pretty lucky on some good stuff, but we've never really had a chance to set up in the parking lot because we got to wait for our booth over here.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I'm doing stash raiders right now, and I'm just going to different vendors and seeing what the stash item that they have is, or people walking around raiding some stashes. And so I'm hearing your stand. I got a couple pieces that I really like, but why don't you show me some pieces that you got in the stash right here that you wanted to show off?
I mean, definitely, can't go wrong with that Spock. You know what I mean? Super dope piece, great condition. I love the blockhead tunes, one like that. And then of course you got a grill. You know what I mean? OG Batman Riddler with Jim Carrey on it. Super dope. And to be honest, if you look at my Instagram compared to what I have, I hoard my heat, bro, because I do well with like the cheaper stuff, and that's how I can keep my heat. You know what I mean? But I do try to bring out some bangers. Definitely bought this out of the stash. Just haven't shown it any love. Got that George of the Jungle. You know what I mean? Double-sided print.
That thing's dope. I have that one actually dead stock, but mine's not single stitch. Yours is single stitch, which is dope.
Yeah, this is a banger. And then just another dope little piece of that. Personally, I love all the Disney stuff. So like Beauty and the Beast one with just the Beast.
That's a dope Beast graphic right there.
Yeah, dope.
Yeah, you got a dope stand right here. I'm actually taking these pieces right here. The Spock one is dope, but my dome is too big, so I'm not gonna rock with this one.
Yeah.
But I pulled it aside, so I wanted it to be on camera. Look at that, it's got him on the front.
Yeah.
So, but I'm definitely taking this Riddler.
Yeah.
That's a for sure. Excellent condition on the giant tag, and I'm definitely taking this patchwork polo zip up.
Kind of slept on, for honestly, in my opinion. It didn't fit me, otherwise I would have kept for sure.
Yeah, with the hoodie on the back, I'm loving this one.
Yeah,
all right, man. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, bro.
Appreciate you. All right, it's 6 a.m. and we've been here since about 4 a.m. walking around and just looking at all the vendors set up. Kind of been keeping it chill on raiding stashes because I want people to set up, have time to get their money. This is a really crucial time right now. Even the buyers are trying to get their hands on as much cool stuff as they can before anybody else can get on it. So chilling on that. We're gonna start doing interviews in a bit, but one of my favorite parts of coming to Rose Bowl is the ability to curate what you get. When you thrift, you got to get lucky. You're kind of at the mercy of whatever it is that you find. But when you're here, you can go rack to rack, stand to stand, look at everything, see what stands out to you. I came today without even knowing what I'm really looking for, not even having like a plan of action, and have just picked up things that when I come across them on the rack, I just fell in love with. So that's one of the coolest things about Rose Bowl, is the ability to curate. What's up, guys? Rose Bowl still, and it's about probably closer to 7 now, and I'm here with my buddy. What's your name, brother?
Ian.
Ian, what's the Instagram?
Strictly Vintage, VNTG, Strictly Vintage.
Strictly Vintage. Yeah, you got a lot of heat. I think I follow you too.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Strictly
Vintage.
Vintage. All right, check out Strictly Vintage. All right, so we're here at the Rose Bowl, and this is February Bowl. It's known as the most popular, most poppin' bowl. Tons of sellers, tons of buyers, and like, how would you describe the vibe? Like, can you tell that it's a February bowl?
Bro, yeah, you can definitely tell. I was here in December. It was a whole different vibe. December, it was a little bit more rainy, a little bit more overcast. Today, the weather's a little bit better. The whole vibe is different. There's more vendors, there's more inventory, a lot more heat. There's just a lot more people bringing out, stuff that they were stashing for February. Everyone knows February is probably like best year.
That's true. That's another thing that I heard, is that people will set aside stuff probably even the whole year just for the February, because this is when all the buyers and their buyer friends are here, right?
Even like international buyers too, like people are traveling from like Japan and stuff, people coming out. You see people with the lights on early, 4 in the morning, they're searching, they're going through a whole rack in 2 seconds.
Like they're mining or something?
Yeah, like they're mining. Yeah, vintage miners just.
All right, so this is Stash Raiders, and I'm rating stashes while I'm here. I want to see what's like in your stand, the hottest piece. Like, show me the stash piece.
All right, so here's my rack over here. I would say
this the Xanax. I've never seen it in black. That's pretty crazy.
This is actually from the homie Tyler, Heatwave. Shout out to Tyler, Fitness Heatwave. Gave it to me for a deal. I've never seen it in black either, only seen it in white. Never really seen these sleeve hits, these Aprazolam sleeve hits, and it doesn't say Xanax, it says Xanor. It's a little different.
Interesting.
And on the back, it says, for the many faces of anxiety. It's a really cool tee. I'd probably say this is probably one of my favorite pieces on my rack right now.
Yeah, that thing's pretty sick.
I just wish it was a little bit bigger. That's the only thing.
Yeah. All right, cool. Damn, that's super dope.
Yeah, man.
All right, so you also said you wanted a stash bag. I told you could have a chance to win one for a trivia question. So we're gonna do something different on this episode. I actually have thought of some cool little games for these bags.
Oh man, okay, all right.
So we're gonna do some word association. So every time I say a word, you're gonna say the word that goes with it to make the full phrase, and it's gonna all be vintage related.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
So like if I say rose, you say
Bull.
All right, cool.
Sick.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Slobby,
Robbie.
round,
2.
single,
Stitch.
good,
Good. That's a hard one. Good. Good vintage. Good.
All right, I'm gonna give you a hint. It's where a lot of this stuff comes from.
Goodwill. I'm so sorry.
All right. Rose,
Huh?
rose,
Rose Bowl.
stash.
Raiders.
Yeah, you did it, brother. Yeah, you survived, man.
Thank you.
I just ran into a legend. This is Mr. Don Rock here. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. Rose Bowl.
Legendary artist. So a lot of people may have seen his work for a lot of 80s bands like the Butthole Surfers and things like that.
Yeah, moved to New York in 1980 and basically started making t-shirts out of necessity. I wanted cool shirts, so we made cool shirts. You couldn't buy a punk rock shirt anywhere. You had to make your own. So we did, and other people bought them. Minimum wage used to be like $3.25. Take your paycheck, go down to 14th Street, get some rejects, print those up, and then hustle the record shops on Friday night. So you had drinking money all week.
So the stuff that you were making wasn't like licensed to the bands. It was just kind of just fan art.
There was a lot. Well, the record stores needed fucking bootleg shirts. There just wasn't anything. This is before Bill Graham got it together to legally fucking go and threaten everybody out of existence. So we filled in that void, but we were also making our own shit. Our own shit overtook the sales of like Susie and the Banshee bootlegs and shit like that. So slowly that shit got legs. It only took like a year out of Bleecker Bob's. That was our big record store, but there were other places, and out of that record store we started getting more sales, and we started doing clothing conventions at the Javits Center. Oh God, fuck, it's not the way I want to do business. It just isn't.
So go ahead.
But when Nirvana and all that shit broke, all the mom and pops died out, and you were only able to get these shirts at the mall. And they had a different set of rules. The mom and pops were easy. I drive a lot, so I was delivering shirts around the country. I knew everybody I was dealing with. We broke bread together.
That's awesome. So if you're in the vintage community, you've probably seen these t-shirts. They're selling high on eBay. They're popular, and a lot of the artwork has stayed true as far as like the colors and the aesthetic, at least in my opinion. And what do you think about like the popularization of your work, your vintage pieces, how much they're going for now, and just like how crazy people are going for them now?
It's crazy. I don't understand it, but I'm willing to profit off it. If anybody should make $1 off this, it should be me. I'm all for me. So we're just taking the standard images and redoing them in an unbootleggable way. So, because that's the big question for people. Do they have the authentic things? You know, there's a bunch of bad deals I entered into, you know, in Europe and shit. And I'm still hurting from that stuff. I've never been paid, you know.
Okay, so that's interesting. So for someone who is going to start collecting your work, what's one way that they can know that it's authentic piece or stay away from bootleg?
Water, you're going to know because it's a water-based stuff that I printed from 85 till like 93. And then we started switching over to plastisol as we moved into doing business with Artworks in Germany. Biggest printer in Germany. And they sold like a couple 100,000 shirts over there, you know. It was out of control.
And you were mentioning something about the printing process on these t-shirts before we got started. What were you saying about the way that they're printed?
I don't use machines. I stretch on boards, and I don't use the standard squeegee. Everything is hand printed. That's how I'm able to mix colors from shirt to shirt. That's what makes every shirt an original. It's a fucking serigraph on a t-shirt. You know, that's what it comes down to. That's an original piece of art. You should buy some.
It's beautiful. And now pretend that I am just some nerdy kid, pimple-faced kid who just got one of your t-shirts at a thrift store, ready to sell it for $1,000. Check me, like tell me what, like stop me and be like, hey, that's not just some t-shirt. Say I'm like, oh yeah, this is a Don Jock, like yeah. Correct me right now, put me in my place.
I don't know, I'd probably just beat your ass. Take the shirt. Seems easier than explaining it to a fucker who's on a phone all the time and thinks it's worth $1 million. It's not. It's a t-shirt. It's worth whatever you want to pay for it. And that's my deal, is like, I will trade for blanks. I will print a shirt for you on your own fucking blank, and you can pay me whatever you want. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Mr. Don Rock, pleasure meeting you.
Good meeting you.
Good luck today.
Thanks.
Keep killing it.
Yep.
My name is Thomas. I do Ski Chalet Ski. Used to be Ski Chalet Vintage, but yeah, that's me.
Fire account, dope dude. I remember when I did like a little buying trip, I went up the coast, you linked up with me and like had some stuff.
Yeah, that was awesome. I wish you could have like spent more time up there, but you were like on a mission, so it was cool to run into you. Yeah, that was dope.
Good memories. All right, so we're doing Stash Raiders, and we're doing Stash Raiders here in Rose Bowl edition, so I just want to see like what different sellers have and their dopest pieces. So show me some that you want to like flex on me real quick.
Yeah, well, I only brought one rack of clothes, but like the stuff that I'll show you is probably these two like pieces right here. One's Boris Vallejo, this one, or actually they're both Frazetta pieces, pardon me. So Frank Frazetta, real like gothic horror fantasy imagery. I just really enjoy them. This one's Death Dealer, front and back, same print.
And this artwork right here has been used for music, like I think it was like Molly Hatchet, right?
Right, and also like Danzig used a lot of Frazetta art for his stuff, like, and he also did a comic book series called Verotic Comics, which is Danzig's comics, but he also incorporates a lot of Frazetta work in those too. So yeah, it's everywhere, really.
I noticed that you kind of mix up like Boris Vallejo with Frazetta. It's kind of interesting how their artwork kind of does.
They're so similar, you know. They're so similar. I think I like Frazetta better, but if I had to pick one, you know, I'd say Frazetta's better just because it's a little more darker. But I think maybe Boris Vallejo's ladies are a little, you know, iconic in a way, and the way he paints women and the human figure is really beautiful. The art is cool. Yeah,
that's dope, because like I felt the same way. The artwork looks a lot, you know, similar in a lot of ways, but that's, you helped me out with differentiating them, like.
Right. Yeah, Boris seems like softer.
Oh yeah, tell me about these right here.
Okay, so in Santa Cruz there's a Goodwill that's a media dedicated Goodwill, and it's like the best place to go and just spend like
I've seen those, like because I've gone up to them thinking like, ooh, this is like a little spot nobody knows, but it's just all books.
Right, yeah, or like records, books, music, anime, manga, like different things. Yeah, so I found these up there in Santa Cruz at the Media Goodwill shop, and they're both workout books. And this one's pretty cool. If I could just show you some pages, like the art in these is really
so cool. You don't see like just workout books nowadays, huh?
well, and it's like I've been doing a lot of art at home. We set up the art studio, so it's like I've just been pulling stuff from the Goodwill Media Store and like using the imagery as like inspo or different things.
I love the look of this, just like her hair and her outfit.
I know, I had to post it just because the like cover design was so good. And this one is like the male figure. Pretty sexy stuff. Can't go wrong.
That's dope.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, thanks for showing us, man. Appreciate it. I got some stickers out of it too. Everybody go check out Ski Chalet. Been following him for a minute. Cool ass dude and really cool curation.
Love you, Chris. Thank you.
We still here at Rose Bowl. I'm over here with the homie right now. What's your name, brother?
Ray, Foul Play Vintage.
So this is like one of the busiest Rose Bowls of the year, the February one. So like we're doing a Stash Raiders episode where we're just like going to different stands and just seeing like the bangers in the stand, you know, rating the stashes. So did we miss the banger of the day already? Did that go in the morning?
Like you said, this week was pretty busy. So I did PCC last week, last Sunday, and then I did Rodeo on Thursday, and then we have Rose Bowl today. So a lot of good pieces did sell Thursday, but I still have a pretty good amount of dope pieces still left for the public. So if you guys want to come check them out, just a couple Disney pieces. What do we got? Star Wars Glow in the Dark right here. This one's super fire, dead stock.
This one right here is the one when I was walking by that caught my eye. I love this one, and I've had this one. This is a really good size too.
Yeah, the Jim Henson, the Bunsen and Beaker. Yeah, that one came out of my collection. I'm super big with the Disney ones. Sold a few of the pieces already, the Disney villains. Like I had the Cruella de Vil, I had the Jafar. Those ones sold earlier.
So what's so you know you sold the Disney villains one. What's like a banger that you sold that would be dope to have shown on this episode, but it's just gone already?
Oh, you guys will see it pretty soon. What am I not wearing? I'm wearing a Jackie Brown shirt right now. I had an Earthworm Jim that you guys will probably see it pop up. No one has it. I've had it for a couple years, and I've just been holding it. That was one of my grails. And then
dude, I'm dying right now because I literally will just go online every once in a while to look for Earthworm. Nobody talks about Earthworm Jims. Nobody posts Earthworm Jims. You never see Earthworm Jims. And I remember Earthworm Jim, and that character was dope. And to have him on a tee would be insane. Yeah, I've never seen one. Yeah. Do you have a picture of it?
I do. I have a picture of it on my Instagram.
Dude, that's literally one shirt that I always like will like look in, and I'll never bring it up to anybody because I'm like, nobody brings it up. That's gonna be the piece that when I find it, I'm gonna post it and I'm gonna like shock the vintage community with it.
It was kind of like I was telling somebody else, I've had this piece for a couple years and I actually found it here. I didn't find it at Rose Bowl. The homie PFR Vintage found it at Rose Bowl, and nobody bought it from him for like a month. So I ended up buying it for him, I think for like $40. You know, he hooked it up. He's the homie. And I've had it in my closet for like 2 years, and I wear it all like, you know, here and there. But I would never post it because I didn't want anyone to know it really existed, because I didn't want people to really be searching. And a lot of people didn't know who he is. So
yeah, because he's one of the older video games.
So there it is right there. Dude. It's a 95 Earthworm Jim.
Okay, let me show it to them.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I moved it. I'll let you just put it. So there's the Earthworm Jim right there. Really dope character.
I'm sorry.
Dope ass character. And now I got questions on it because I see the date right there, 95. So what tag was that thing on?
This one was on a Hanes Beefy tag, I believe. So it was a true XL. It was a men's size. It wasn't a kid size. I'd say that one. And then this Baddie Coda from Fern Gully, which a lot of people don't know about Fern Gully. Yeah. That one was a super banger that I haven't seen for a couple years. And this
Fern Gully, yeah, for sure. Oh, that's dope.
Sold, for a good amount. So those two good bangers right there.
Man, whoa, this is crazy just for that Earthworm Jim, because like I said, that's one that I've been looking for a minute. Anyway, bro, so what time you set up here till? What time does Rose Bowl close?
Rose Bowl usually closes. They let us out at 3:30. We're here stuck till 3:30 if your car's parked in here. So I'll be here till 3:30 no matter what, rain or shine. Yeah, just hanging out, doing my thing.
For sure, man. Well, thanks for chopping it up, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
No sweat, man. All right, so I'm here with
Simon from Seeing Red.
So you're not local. You are from?
I'm from Paris, France. And I'm visiting for a few weeks and, meeting up with the people from the community, and it's been great so far. Been meeting great people.
Cool. So you came out here for the biggest Rose Bowl, one of the busiest. Did you know it was going to be like that?
Yeah, that's what I came here for. I know there's lots of, great buyers, ones that are going to understand the stuff that we're doing. So it's been very exciting so far. It's cool.
Cool. So when I walked up, you mentioned that you wanted a Stash Raiders bag, and I said you could win one if you do the trivia contest here on the show. So are you ready?
Yeah, let's see, kind of.
All right, cool. So here we go. But do you think you're pretty in tune with like the U.S. scene and vintage scene?
Yeah, let's see.
Okay, because these are all vintage related, and you got your buddy over there too, so he can help you out if you get stuck. All right, cool. Here we go. Slobby.
Rubby.
He's doing good. Round.
2.
Single.
Stitch.
Good.
Will.
Good. That one got people stuck. Rose.
Bow.
Stash.
Raiders.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. All right, you get a Stash Raiders bag, bro.
So
Congratulations.
I'm so happy.
There we go.
Cheers.
Man, it's kind of cool that this is going to be walking around France.
Yeah, exactly.
Appreciate that.
Cheers. Appreciate, man. Thank you so much. Nice meeting you.
Man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What's up, guys? Chris here at Rose Bowl, and Stash Raiders Rose Bowl edition continues. This time I'm with Nils. Nils, how you doing today, sir?
What's up?
Nils, owner of
Varsity Los Angeles.
One of the coolest shops in LA. And I caught him slipping, walking around, and you're familiar with Stash Raiders, right?
Yeah.
So we're rating stashes as we walk around. So
you got rating bags.
Rating bags?
Yeah, little stash.
Baby stashes?
Yeah, baby stash.
So you got a nice, that's not a baby stash, that's a pretty fat bag.
Yeah, it's just most of it's just real normal stuff. Nothing exciting, not a lot of graphic tees in there.
All right, well, share us, let me see one piece.
The
one you're hyped about.
The one I'm excited about. This is 70s skateboarder mag, long sleeve.
Wow, that's so sick.
That you could have bought it through mail order in the magazine back then, and they made a few different colorways, long sleeve, short sleeve, and now they're hard to find, especially in a size that's pretty decent.
Yeah, that's the thing about like 70s, early 80s pieces. They're super tiny. Exactly. This one's great because it's long sleeve and it's just got that 70s vibe to it. It looks like the background of like the Price is Right game, like.
Kind of, yeah. And it came in brown too, which I have. But it's beat to shit.
Yeah,
so
this one looks like it's in really good condition.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a big question for you. Always been a fan of your curation, your style, your taste. Can we get a Stash Raiders Nils episode?
Yes.
You heard it here. You can't take it back anymore.
All right.
It's happening. Brother, thank you.
Yep.
Have a good one. Good luck today.
Yeah.